Many people don't feel motivated in their hotel, and there's a very simple explanation for this. The motivational techniques used by many hotel managers don't work. Firstly, there's positive and negative motivation. Positive motivation is when you want to get something, motivation towards some goal. Negative motivation is keeping you away from something you want to avoid. Then intrinsic motivation is when you want to do something, and extrinsic motivation is when somebody else tries to make you do something. Let's see if some of these types of motivation are in fact useless for creating motivation in our hotels. Negative motivation doesn't work. Even when very unhealthy hospital patients face a very simple choice, they must stop smoking or drinking or they die. The ultimate negative motivation. 2 years after being told this by the doctor, only 10% of these patients have managed to stop drinking or smoking. Strong evidence that negative motivation does not work. When even the threat of death can't motivate, it becomes clear that motivation based on avoiding something is simply not effective. And extrinsic motivation doesn't work. Alfie Kohn famously tells us that if a reward, money, awards, praise, or winning a contest comes to be seen as the reason one is doing an activity, that activity will be viewed as less enjoyable in its own right. It's not sustainable. As soon as you withdraw the punishment or reward, the motivation disappears and you get little return. If the punishment or reward stay at the same level, motivation slowly drops off. To get the same motivation next time requires a bigger reward. So what would you do? What would work in hotels? This completely changes the role of the hotel manager as motivator. Rather than being the source of motivation, the hotel manager must help employees to find their own intrinsic motivation. What would enhance intrinsic motivation around your hotel? Challenge, being able to challenge yourself around the hotel. Control, having choice over what to do. Cooperation, being able to work with and help others. Recognition, getting meaningful, positive recognition for your work. Happiness at work, people who like their job and their hotel are much more likely to find intrinsic motivation. And trust, when you trust the people you work with, intrinsic motivation is much easier. So perhaps rather than trying to bribe people to motivate them, hotel managers should help their people to discover meaning and develop skills at work. What some hotel managers don't realise is that hoteliers want to do good work, create a happy, positive hotel work environment, and hoteliers are naturally motivated. Even better, they motivate themselves and each other, and that this beats both punishment and rewards. Speak to you soon.